big scheme of things, it will provide a little hope for all of us who have been trying very hard to educate the general public on something they should be well aware of, and that is the Constitution. We live in a country today where, you know, if you espouse the Constitution, talk about the rule of law, you're generally thought of as a bit of a fanatic, a radical, or a crazy person, which is a bizarre place to be in this country. And at some point, it would be nice if we could fill this entire mall area with Americans and North Carolinians who understand what the Constitution gives them, which is incredible power.
Yeah.
And I think that day will happen, and I'll offer myself up as an example. You know, I've been doing talk radio for about, since 1998. And I'm a conservative, and thus I gravitated to the Republican Party. I still do. And I remember time after time after time, I would defend the Republicans as they passed unconstitutional legislation, whether it be the Patriot Act or others, and I would defend it, and at the same time openly condemn the Democrats when they would provide legislation that was unconstitutional. And I want to take this time to apologize to all of you and to all of my listeners. If I could go back in time, I would most certainly do so. But then a gentleman came along, and I'm not even sure how we met or how this all started, but it was at an appropriate time in my life where I was searching for an opportunity to do a better job. You know, this talk radio thing to me is more than just a gig. It really is something where I hope to make a difference and to help educate the public now more so than ever. And one of the problems I had was the inability to be intellectually honest. I mean, it's just, we're people, right? We have our biases, and when I met Dr. Greg Brannon, he over the time he's been on the show, I think it's about 2.5 years, he's helped me understand the Constitution, something I should have already known, especially as a talk show host. And through that, he's allowed me to be intellectually honest, because it no longer matters if it's Republican or Democrat. The rules of the game are the rules of the game, and it makes me, I think, a better talk show host, and I think it also provides something of value to the listening public, because ultimately that's what it's all about. Now, I still tend to lean to the Republican side, I do, and it's exciting to think that the Republicans now own the state of North Carolina. This is, right? They are the party that believes in the Constitution. That's what they tell me. They're the party that believes in smaller government. They're the party that even through the campaigns have said, listen, we're going to be there for you. We're going to protect you from Washington, whether it's Obamacare or whatever other overreaching federal program there might be. So I have lots of hope. But they have tested my patience from time to time. And I think that's why you're here today. And I can't be more pleased to see so many of you here willing to give of your time and to speak with one voice in hopes that the legislature hears you. And I think they will. You know, they're representative of the people, they're a reflection of the people. So let's go convince the legislators. But could I ask you to also help me by convincing your friends, your family, your neighbors, everybody you come in contact with on a daily basis, educate them as well. Now, I alluded to this guy, Dr. Greg Brannon. And there aren't many people in my life, I have some, but this guy profoundly changed my life by educating me on something that I'm embarrassed to say I should have known. I know about history, I know about the stories of history, I know about the debates, I understand the Constitution, I understand that we're human beings, we're imperfect, I understand that even the founders themselves fell victim to their own greed, their own corruption. So what we're experiencing today in our government is nothing new. What is new is that the people of the United States have gone very far from the Constitution, and this man brought that back into my life. And because of that, I view my government, I view my talk show in a much different vein. I am happy, I feel empowered, and I'm incredibly frustrated at the same time. So here's a gentleman, and I'd like to welcome him to the stage. He's a very dear friend, and please give him a warm welcome, Mr. Dr. Greg Brannon.